he chose to defend a very passive position in which, because he refused to play king d4 there in the end, I think he made zero aggressive moves in this entire 80-move game. And he held it quite comfortably. And that's showing versatility and also showing that he is prepared to do the hard yards when needed.
Exactly.
Levon just chose the French defense against Alireza.
Whoa.
That's
well, he has been playing the French of late. Levon his whole life has been playing e5. I mean, his whole career was based on the Marshall Gambit and lines of the Ruy Lopez. And recently he's kind of come back.
A lot of Armenian top players play the French.
Absolutely. Raphael Vaganyan, really an army of players. I'm also thinking Var. Firouzja loves to play the French defense. Bishop to d7. The advanced French defense. By the way, Peter, just weigh in on this. When you play the French and you've got the winner word, the Tarash, but to my mind, the advance has always been the most challenging, if you will.
It's hard to define this because
queenside expansion. I just wanted to say that old school that I am. Whenever I saw the move 7, I always thought it was automatic that white wanted to play. Knight a3, right? I've always seen.
Yeah, and that was the Grishuk way.
Yeah, I'm defending d4. I'm going to keep d4. As long as I keep d4, I'll keep e5. I've got some pressure, but what he did is a completely different approach. He dissolved the tension. He took on c5, and he expanded on the queen side. Is this all still theory?
I'm assuming there will be some games. Nope, not anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure exactly where we departed the official theory, so to speak, but no,
because everything looked pretty reasonable, including this expansion, knight a3. And how does the engine assess?
Slightly better for white. We play knight
f6. c4 is on the board. Bishop c6, bishop e4.
Bishop e4 not great. Queen
Not
e2,
great?
Queen e2 was stronger, and now once again take on e4 and play f6. Will he do it at the third time?
For the third time.
I think we've established both of them think f6 is bad.
Yeah.
Well, be careful if you don't play f6 as soon. There might be a point where white decides, I'm not going to let you play f6. I'm going to play bishop f6, and away we go. Strange missed opportunities. How does the clock times feature
Levon
between
has
these
22 minutes, barely spent any time, and Alireza down to 13 minutes.
And again, in their head-to-head matchup, we saw a remarkable number of games, but a remarkable number of victories by just going to go back to see how we got this because we were here and it was D3 after all. This was your solution,
4 against 3.
Peter.
Levon gave the extra pawn to double up white pawns.
It's hard to imagine how you have any realistic winning chances here.
No. In fact, I was about to say I thought there was going to be a perpetual.
No, these players don't do that.
King H6. Well, now you put your king
Yeah.
in a situation you can never move. Rook A7.
Yeah. Is he going to find a way to... he can't really stalemate himself because he always has G5. I was looking for a way to do
Right?
something spectacular, but that doesn't quite work. Yeah.
Levon's going to be a pawn down before 2. No, he can go rook A2, rook A1.
Yeah, you go A3 and you go rook A1, rook A2. Be our lowest round in terms of decisive games. Yeah, we'll only have one.
And they're repeating here as well and a drop. Only one decisive result, and that was the
So
fall.
3, 2, and 1.
Yes. Wow.
This was a very interesting game, though. Levon had chances.